Welcome to Board Ghost, a story broadcast with games as the engine.
If living is a highway, then heaven is a bus stop. Been waiting for a minute there, or has it been forever? 'Cause dying don't agree with me, no. Dying don't agree with me, no. All you board ghosts, come with me, we're going home.
We believe you're out there, hungry for stories for shared experiences. We can't see you, can't hear you, yet we will play for you. This night's offering is Fiasco. If you want to learn about the game Fiasco, we have a primer episode that you should go listen to. It's produced by Bully Pulpit Press, and the game is designed by Jason Morningstar. Our humble players, me, John Holt.
With you, as always, Ken Breeze.
And our guest,
Lisa Ranke.
All right, Lisa, thank you for coming out.
Yeah. I'm excited to play for all of you.
We're excited to have you here, Lisa.
Yeah. So you have played Fiasco before, but it's been a little while.
Yes.
Cool. And you've said you've played an awesome LARP variation designed by the game creator.
Yeah, that's correct. I run it in my classroom at school every year.
Wow. And you say it's chaos?
It is utter chaos.
I would be so interested to see that happen. I have no idea how this could turn into a LARP, but I'm really interested.
What's the setup like?
Yeah, everyone gets in a circle, and the person to your left and right, you get a need for each relationship.
Nice, yeah.
And then, between every other relationship, there's an object, and between the other person is object, need, and relationship. Okay,
Yeah.
Everyone gets a relationship.
Yeah, everyone gets a relationship,
And then
needs an object.
A need,
Yeah.
on your left, you'll have a need, and on your right, you'll have an
That makes
object.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
And then you
sense.
just run around.
I love it. I love running around
That's cool.
in my mind, John.
Well, let's run around in your guys' minds. We're going to be playing the Fiasco playset New York 1913.
Oh, man.
Designed, written by Jason Morningstar.
Jason
creator,
Morningstar,
and,
the creator.
Available in the Fiasco 2010 Playset Anthology Volume 1.
But basically, we need to remember that New York in 1913 was a city perched on the edge of the abyss. Modernity is at war with tradition, and automobiles uneasily share the roads with horse-drawn carriages. So it's about change, about sweeping, terrible change. It's in the air, and of course, the world, specifically Europe, is all buzz because it's about to be thrown under the bus when First World War starts. But who knows when that's going to be starting? Soon. Everyone knows it's soon in New York. So cars, can zoom around at 40 miles an hour. Ladies aren't ashamed to show off a little ankle. And there's as much opium as you can smoke. In the dirty sort of places, labor is organizing, anarchists are murdering plutocrats, and children are going hungry. But it's a pretty good world if you're on top of it. So find a way to get on top fast. So yeah, this draws very heavily on real New York history. And it sort of is about they give movie right as references, films that are in the cinema or were in the cinema. And those movies that they reference here are City Lights, Pink Tights, The Saphead, and The Purple Lady. Like I said, it seems like the perfect playset
For
now.
We're right near the Flatiron
We're
Building
right-
as we record.
And we're on the cusp of sweeping change.
We are on the
Right.
cusp of sweeping change. We are on the cusp
right.
of sweeping change.
In the
And we
biggest
are in New
city.
York, so we don't normally talk about that. But we do record from the boroughs, and this is the first time we've done something that's set in New York, so it should be interesting.
Yeah. We've rolled our dice, and we're going to generate our grid. I'll start. All right, so we've generated our grid. We have a location in play, which is an entertaining part of New York. It's the Hadley Hall down in the Bowery, where they would feed the poor by day, the Presbyterians, and where the Wobblies would meet at night to stage industrial revolt and try to throw over capitalism and make a social industrial democracy where the workers elected their managers.
Don't forget there are anarchists in there as well.
Yeah, some good ties, good times. We have an object of value. There's a key to a deposit box at the Chase Bank at 200 Park South. And then we've also got a need in the mix to discover the dark truth about what happened on the SS Tuscania, the SS Tuscania or something.
Tuscania.
So my character is Shocky Mash. I'll determine whether or not he's going to get an accent and whether I'm willing to do that for the length of things.
Oh boy!
So Shocky Mash is he's a New Yorker. He's just a street kid, raised on the streets of New York, and has just kind of come up grifting and doing low-level cons and stealing and begging and just scraping by on the scraps of the biggest city in the world.
Let's talk costume for a second. Like what kind of hat does he wear? Does he wear a hat? Because everyone wears hats, right?
I think he's got like a pork
pie hat sort of on.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a pretty nice hat. So he looks, or does he look dingy? Does he look well dressed?
I think he's got the occasion. He's got
literally someone wearing a pork pie hat on the picture.
But it's sort of like
set.
he's got the pork pie hat and the greased mustache.
Yep.
But everything else is kind of like hobo chic.
Hobo chic. All right.
Sure. There's some newspapers poking out of the holes in his shoes, and
okay.
He's.
But he only usually goes out at night, so no one can notice it.
Yeah, I mean
mostly.
there's a lot of people in New York, and he sticks to the crowd, and they know him. They know Shocky when he's
Is
coming.
he wearing like a vest underneath like his coat
and he's got
sort of thing?
like a tin chain on his
his
there's no watch on the end of the watch chain, but he's got it.
He's got the watch chain. All right.
And I'm in a relationship
Yeah.
with Ken's character, and it's a romance. We are lovers.
Yeah, we are lovers. So I'm not sure how into it, I guess, in terms of emotions, Shocky is. I mean, you should probably determine that, I guess. But my character, who's named Heinrich or Hank Kasselschaft, is a low-level banker at Chase Bank. He is someone who's worked hard all his life. He wears very drab clothes. He is ethnically German. There's still a large German population in New York City at this time. And he reads the papers and listens to the radio and is worried about the politics of the day. But he usually just tries to keep his head down and do well for himself. And his spouse, his wife, that they live together, I think in a very sort of nicer place, but not super nice. Like I don't know.
Still like
not
still
downtown.
Like level of tenement home.
Maybe I guess it is. Yeah, I guess we do live downtown. Yeah, we live downtown. We're not.
Yeah, we're in the tenements.
Yeah, we live in the tenements. Yeah.
So here's a question.
We're pinching every penny. We want to buy something.
What's the religion of the Kasselschaft?
Oh, Kasselschaft is straight Lutheran. What are you talking about?
Lutheran.
Right.
Come on. Oh, yeah.
Martin Luther.
But that being said, having begun to mix with those people who live in the Bowery, somehow, somewhere, Shocky and Hank formed a romantic connection as lovers. And my feeling is that they have slept together a number of times and that they are sort of very good friends. I think that Hank is obviously incredibly sort of closeted about the behavior and what happens, though I don't know if his wife knows about it. I think that that's something that we got to figure out. Mm-hmm. That's interesting to me, especially since the two of you have your own relationship, which I think I'll pass the buck at this point to my beautiful spouse, or maybe not so beautiful. I don't even know. Let's find out.
Yeah, I'm okay. My name's Elizabeth. People call me Lizzie Kasselschaft. I'm probably a second generation English woman. I used to work at the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory, which recently burned down. But luckily, my husband made enough money to let me quit so that maybe I could become a mom or something. or become a mom, period.
Yeah.
So he allowed me to quit just days before the shirtwaist factory went down. But unfortunately, all my friends died. And I lost a lot of my social standing. But I was so mad about that, I turned to the new feminist movement that was happening.
Yeah.
And I'm recently very involved in that movement. That being said, I have a lot of free time now that I'm not working. So I often hang out with Shocky Mash. We got a gambling scheme going. What do you think it is, Shocky?
Well, I think, especially we have Hadley Hall in the mix. I think we may be down in the Bowery. Maybe we try to get the Presbyterians to gamble. That was like our first go round, but maybe like later at night we hang out with some of the anarchists and
does Shocky have political persuasions?
No, he's untethered. And that's why, like, even his relationship with Hank, he has certain needs, and they're lovers. And for Shocky, the connection is that you're available and receptive, and not so, like, it's not for him. He doesn't have very many deep connections.
Yeah,
he's very, very much working to get by. And that he's closed himself off in a lot of ways in order to just survive, but that he's also pretty carefree because of that. He's untethered to a political affiliation. He's untethered to his relationships, even though he has needs he has to fulfill. Gambling is also another compulsion. Yeah. So he doesn't have a religious affiliation unless it's good for the con. So
right, yeah,
he rolls with it. And he hasn't. I'm just researching a little bit, but Proust's Search of Lost Time came out in France in 1913. So it's the first time in Western literature that there's open homosexuality.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I think my character Hank is super closeted. I don't think the wife knows about it. I don't think Lizzie knows.
Probably not.
I think
not
it's
yet.
very rare that we hook up. But that I think for Hank, it has turned into like this longing thing for him where he's like super like romanticized the relationship in some ways he needs it to have meaning. And with his wife, it's like the duty, right? Like this super duty, get the job at the bank, get a wife, like have a kid. So that, obviously you need to get pregnant. Why haven't you been doing that,
yeah.
And it's probably, but I think it's my fault. Like I put it all on me. Like I'm not doing something correct. I think my character is like super uptight and insecure.
Very torn.
But at the same time, it's like he still meets you guys, I think, at the hall. Not often, but I think he still shows up from time to time. Before you guys get your like hardcore gambling game going on with the anarchists and leftists, who are the socialists, as the case may be, the labor organizers, as the case may be, who are also there.
Do we like run a grift? Do we have a card game maybe that we like?
We
both are.
Are we trying to be in charge of the like running bets?
Yeah, I think maybe if anything we just kind of.
Or do we count cards? That you need at least two people to count cards.
Yeah, maybe we run a duo at like
you run a
poker
grift
table.
Yeah.
And just kind of help each other out with, making sure we get a little advantage in card games. We're multi-purpose gamblers. Like we'll go to the tracks, we'll shoot craps. We'll basically, like, if there's a game, we're going to get in on it. And having a lady around means that there's more access to, women aren't going to bars as much right now. So it's pre-prohibition. Prohibition is when more women start going to bars as well. We'll go to jazz clubs.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So I get the sense that you guys are you friends? Or, you just sort of do this because you're trying to survive.
Too.
I think I'm doing it to be progressive.
To be liberated.
To be a liberated woman who can have friends with
so
men.
You're making your own money on the side, I guess.
Yeah.
With the gambling, you're not giving it to your husband.
No, I'm not giving it to Hank.
Yeah, you're not giving it to Hank. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. That's a good way to go. So it's almost like, so you have your own secret then, one could say. So I probably don't know much about the gambling then.
Probably not.
Yeah. definitely. You should be looking for a new job, I guess.
We could be in trouble, though.
Or something. I don't know. Okay, cool. I think that's a really good place to start. But don't forget the need that's all
right.
around everything here,
Yeah.
which is driving everything in our story, which is to discover the dark truth about what happened to the SS Tuscania.
The SS Tuscania.
The SS Tuscania.
All right.
So that, I think, is what sets everything off or drops everything. We also have the object, which is a valuable object, which is a key to a safety deposit box in the bank that I work in the Chase Bank, or possibly a different branch, I guess. If we wanted to do that, we can figure that out.
Well, I mean, he did so much research.
I feel like
We have the actual address of the bank.
yeah, I feel like that's the bank I work in then. Thanks, Jason. Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, we have enough. I think
All
we have
right.
enough.
So with that, let's start our tour. We start on the moon. It's night.
What type of moon is it?
Truck. It's a full moon.
Full moon.
Beautiful, gorgeous
Beautiful
full
full
moon.
moon.
And dark clouds pass above it as we truck down to the cityscape.
Mm-hmm.
It's smoky, industrial. There's sounds of the city. There's cars and horses and laughter and screams and yelling. And we go down through the building into an alley behind a bar, behind a small tenement joint. And the alley door gets kicked open. The scum in a bag of garbage, a small can, gets knocked over. And Shocky comes out, and behind him is Lizzie. And there you hear yells in the back, in further in the house. There's light pouring into the alley now through the doorway, cut only by our silhouettes, and smoke's pouring out. Not just cigarette smoke, cigar smoke from this hall. And it smells rank. It's this ankle deep muck of like mud and sewage and waste from the city that's accumulated in this alley. And we're going to start trudging through it and make our way away from whatever troubles we had gambling here. So there's cards falling out of my pockets as we start running down the alley.
There's sort of maybe a bit of live music coming from the inside as well.
Yep.
Sort of, I don't even know what. Probably a fiddle, something like that.
A guy pokes his head out the back,
Accordion.
and he's right behind you. Are you running into the alley, Lizzie, as well?
Yeah, I'm following you.
All right. So we're running down, and he pokes his head out, and like, they're going down that way. They're going east. And the guy ducks back in, and you hear more shouting as we hear like rustling and noise inside the alley, and we're rushing out towards the street. And we get to the end. We get to the street, and which way should we go? Should we head up north or?
Yeah, let's head up north. I see a carriage coming right now, and I pick up my skirt a little bit to try to get the attention of the carriage driver.
All right. And I kind of like tuck my head down so he doesn't think I'm with you, so that we can get on there. That'll be the scene end. What do you got? How do you think it's going to go, Ken?
I think it goes positively for
All right.
Shocky Mash. He's a
All right.
lucky
So
lucky gentleman.
the coach driver is like, well, ooh la la. He's he's like, hey, there's some ankle. So he stops his carriage and lets you hop in.
Thanks so much.
And Shocky kind of scoots in and grabs on the back. So he's hitching a ride. That's it. The carriage heads up town from there. And as it tears away up the cobbles, the dudes who were chasing us kind of come up around the corner and are shaking their fists in the air, Keystone Cop style. Like,
Shake your fist harder.
Shocky! And that's it.
After your escape, you have made your way back to our small tenement apartment and are figuring out what you were able to take with you, what you still have on you, and maybe getting ready to head out for whatever's next. I come home from work. I see you there, Shocky Mash, while my wife is in the kitchen, of course, making some tea. I'm sort of surprised. Hank has really big, long sort of mutton chops. They, I think, are sort of, he has black hair, and he has sort of like a long, sort of thrown back, sort of thick black hair as well. Eyes are sort of like watery, like roomy. He himself is sort of a wiry person, and I'm thinking he has sort of like a comb mustache type deal. Is in his work clothes. He has a leather briefcase, and his face is just like ashen, basically, like super white. He seems to nervously be like fiddling with something in his slacks pocket, and he's just sort of bowled over as he sees Shockey in the apartment. And it's like, what are you doing here?
Hank, brother, hey. And I pull a small jar of Applejack that I have, and I pour a glass for you, a glass for myself, a glass for Lizzie, and shove it back in my coat.
I guess I'm making tea for no reason.
There's always room for more.
I sort of ignore Lizzie's comment as I very uncharacteristically like grab the drink and like sort of down it. And I say, well, I'm glad you're here in any case.
Slow down there, cowboy. And I refill you.
Oh, is there something wrong, honey?
I look at you and I say, there was something that happened at work today, yes. I think it has something to do with the news about that ship sinking. I saw the captain of that ship, though his picture was in the paper. He had died, but I swear I saw him in the bank.
Oh.
I tell you, it was him.
I don't know. I mean, this is a big city. I saw somebody who I thought was my cousin the other day. It wasn't him. He's had the same coat, you know?
Yeah, maybe you're just thinking of things because you've been on that ship before. Maybe it's just you've taken it real too hard.
I know what I saw. I know it. And I think that's where I'll ask for the scene to be decided. Does it go positively or negatively for Hank?
Positively.
Yay! Hank sort of like gets a little bit more color in his cheeks and says, I'm damn sure of it. I knew it. I know it's him. Something is amiss here. They put something in the safety deposit box in the bank. And something is amiss here. I know it. But I should probably mind my own business. And yes. But I know it. I'm sure of it. And with that, on the scene.
All right. We're still in the same tenement. It's another day. It's the next day. Lizzie is you pan in on Lizzie alone in the tenement. She's taking up a floorboard, and it's about 3 p.m., which is much earlier than her husband normally comes home. And she's depositing last night's winning into a little safety nook that she's amassed quite a large stack of dollar bills. And then all of a sudden, Hank walks in and sees what she's doing.
What is this? What do you do? Where did you get this money?
Oh, Shockey wanted me to hold it for him. I think he's doing some no good business, and he's such a good friend of mine. You know, I thought I'd hide it for him.
His business is dangerous. The circles that he runs in are not for a lady.
Oh, what do you mean not for a lady?
They are dangerous. They are looked down upon. They're not proper.
You know, ladies been through a lot. All my friends have died in that fire, and they working in these horrible working conditions. That's why I hang out with the Wobblies. These terrible working conditions are the real problem that ladies are hanging out in. There's no meaning to crime when the whole city is filled with crime.
We must turn to our leaders. Society will see us through. Law and order must be restored, brought to these outlandish ideas about how to change the future. The future is dark, and the future is unsecure. We must secure ourselves and make sure we survive.
All right, so I know Shockey's your friend. Do you want me to give it back to him then?
I'm
going to say, yeah, it's going to work out for you again.
So Hank nods and says, well, I trust him. Whatever he has asked, it is for a good reason. But make sure no one else sees this. And I will speak with him about it the next time I see him.
Okay, I put the floorboard back and I run to Hank and I kiss him. I like jump on him and kiss him on the lips.
Mm-hmm.
And Hank recoils.
Okay. Yes.
Not expecting.
Sort of shrinks into himself.
And that's
All right.
the scene.
This is a flashback. This is the docks. But you hear it's foggy. You hear boat sounds. There's like lights out on the water. There's some miasma and just kind of gross smells and moldering buildings out near the water. And we're in a bar, another dice rattling in a cup. Lizzie, you're running lookout as I shoot craps with a ship captain. We've actually run into him before. We see him at Hadley Hall every once in a while. And we've kind of got this regular dice game going, and we're kind of up and down with him. Sometimes I've been letting him win. I'm playing dice with the captain. Roll a couple die.
Nice.
So, hey, looks like you win this one. But,
The captain is having good luck.
so you're saying, like, all kinds of people are going on the boats now?
Oh, yes. We take many fares. When Captain Kamal is sailing, there's little doubt that we will reach our destination safely.
And wait, so what were you saying? There's like security groups that'll give you insurance on the passengers?
Yes, sometimes. It is good to ensure that everything goes smoothly.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. You know, like if you put your family on a boat, you want to know you're taken care of in case something happens.
Yes. There are many seagulls who wish to strip meat off a dead corpse.
Yeah. So when's the boat going out again next?
I have leave until next Monday, and I shall win all your money before then.
All right. Well, let's keep playing. Hey, Lizzie.
Yeah?
We clear over there?
Yeah, there's no coppers yet. Coppers rarely come to this area.
Damn you.
Does Hank work in insurance?
Oh, gosh. He just got a promotion. Yeah, he might. I think he does now. I don't ask him that many questions. He doesn't like to talk about it.
Huh.
Shocky Mash, I see the light in your eyes. I would not trust you with my money. That is why I must take yours.
Well, you got some more of it. All right, look. I got an idea, and then this will be my scene. Bad?
Yeah, it goes poorly for you.
All right. So Shocky, he's like, look, so we put insurance out on a few people, and, you maybe turn into the wrong wave a little bit. And, it's like there's already a lot of people in New York. We could stand to make a lot of money.
Shocky. I'm shocked.
And you offend my honor as captain. Captain Kamal is known for his safety. This will never be. And he sort of sweeps the table of the dice and gets up to storm off.
Whoa, hey, buddy, hey, it was a joke, all right? Whoa, it's Shocky Mash here, huh? Shocky's like this round guy. Like, he's like a ball with a little hat and a greasy mustache.
Shocky. I come up to Shocky and I'm like, Shocky, you can't sink that low to actually knocking people off.
Well, no, it's nature, right? Like, it's nature doing it to him. It's like, like you see a dog get hit by a car. It's nature.
Shocky, I don't want anything to happen to you if someone sees you helping nature.
Oh, all I'm doing is like picking up after it. Like when a cart turns over and apples come out, pick up the apples off the street. Nature.
Yeah, I don't know, Shocky. I think that you need to calm down a little bit. We'll find a way to make more money in other more illegitimate ways.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, I hear there's a game a few blocks down. Why don't we go check that out?
All right. That sounds like a better idea to me.
Set the scene with Lizzie bringing me lunch at work randomly one day when she's not out gambling with Shocky. And so we're at the bank. You have come in through the service entrance, not the front where the customers go.
Mm-hmm.
And we're sort of walking towards a green room, if you will, like a lunch area through sort of the cramped, dingy, sort of moisture-streaked halls underneath this bank, like sort of the crisscrossing halls that are almost like the basement of this place.
Where in time is this?
It's lunchtime.
I mean,
It's a great question. It's after I caught you with the money.
okay.
I'm sort of bustling through the halls. You're in front of me, and I'm like guiding you where to go by like putting pressure like on your like shoulder or something like that to go like left or right, as the case may be. Whispering at you, like really vexed, I guess. I've not seen you in many days. This is the first time you've brought me my lunch. What has been going on? Where have you been?
I've just been hanging out with the Wobblies down in the Hadley Hall.
I thought we talked about this. You're not supposed to be doing that.
You can't stop me.
I
That's why you haven't seen me in many days, because you say no, 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 and I say yes, 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 and I don't want to hear you saying no, 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 no more.
it's not appropriate what you're doing.
I don't care what's appropriate. I don't care about a darn thing anymore.
I don't understand why you have these thoughts and say these things. It must be the social ills of the world seeping into your brain. There's much that could go wrong. They're saying that war is on the horizon. A war like none have ever seen.
Yeah, but there's wars here in the streets. There's wars all around us anyway. But I'm more concerned about the war between you and me. I haven't seen you. You haven't touched me for like a year. You got me out of that job so I could get pregnant, and nothing's been happening.
I will do my duty as a husband.
You know what? I don't want your duty. I don't want your any goddamn duty from you. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. I'm fine. I'm a feminist. I'm gonna be an independent woman, and if I don't have a child, goddamn it, that's maybe better.
Wait, this is too much. You can't say those things here. Let's meet at the hall later, and we'll discuss this.
Enjoy your tuna.
And I think that's where we'll.
All right. So how's it going to go? Are you going to enjoy your tuna or
That's
not?
the real question. That's the real question.
Oh, man, it's such good tuna.
Oh, man, it's such good tuna. All right. Positive. Awesome. As we've been talking, I've sort of lost thread of where we are in the building and what's been happening as we make our final turn, sort of, and you say, enjoy your tuna. I see that we have somehow found our way to the room of safe deposit boxes, and the door is open carelessly somehow into this vault. And one key is on the ground in front of us, just lying on the floor. And we both look at it, and we both look at each other. There's a ghost of a smile, maybe, of the reason maybe you once fell in love with this person. And he bends down and quickly grabs the key and presses it into your hands.
She takes it and she shoves it into her brassiere.
And he says, we will survive. Everything in this world will be ours. We will make it.
I like that, Spock. Bring it home later.
And he starts eating his sandwich.
All
And
right.
it is tuna.
Is it good?
It's really great. It's Hadley Hall during the daytime. You see Lizzie and Shockey running a bingo game for a bunch of Presbyterians. And there's also a spaghetti dinner going on. There's a spaghetti lunch going on at that same time. Most of the people there are elderly women. They're having various discussions about the upcoming war and about societal ills and about how they don't think young women are appropriately behaving anymore.
And Shockey smacks one of their butts, and they glare at him. He's like, hey, charming smile, twists his little mustache. What a cad. Shockey.
And you pull out the last bingo number, which is
24.
I-24. Perhaps B-24.
Yeah, B24.
And a portly woman in the back jumps up
Bingo!
and shouts bingo, and she runs up. And I say, okay, thank you, ladies. That was the last bingo for the night. She's got the grand prize winning of $10.
lot
That's
of
a lot
money.
of loaf of
That's
bread.
a lot of money. Oh, it's been lovely seeing y'all, ladies. And they start to shuffle out.
And I grabbed the woman who just won and was like, hey, if you want to double that, meet me and Lizzie a little later over at McGill's.
Yeah. Slowly, like the clientele and the joint change as you and me are taking down the bingo stuff. And in walks, rarely, Hank. He's here to try to, he's here and he sees us pulling down some kind of gambling.
Okay.
And Sharky smacks his ass. What a cad, that Sharky.
You shack his ass? You
just like-
lap his ass?
Just a little like, as a callback. And he's like, I've been doing that to these nuns all day.
It's almost like someone has zapped Hank as sort of Shocky comes out of the shadows behind him and sort of gooses him almost. And he turns around, and then his sort of demeanor, sort of where it was very tense and it looked like a confrontation was about to happen. He looks at Shocky and says, "You cad."
Yeah, just some horseplay, you knucklehead.
And
Shucks him on the shoulder.
Yeah, he sort of whatever, playfully pushes him away, I guess, a little bit. But grabs onto like the shoulder of his clothes or something like that as well as he's doing so. And then he sort of looks around and he says, did you tell him?
No, not yet. That's your.
What's going on here?
Well, I think I may have a proposition.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
We think that you're maybe the right person to help us out.
Hey, sure. What's the game?
It will involve taking something from the bank.
Sticking it to the man.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. We could get very rich.
Well, you don't even know what's in there, in that safety deposit box.
And there are no records, but I am sure that safety deposit box is the one that the captain of that boat brought in.
So, well, the problem is we're
Wait,
thinking
the captain of the
SS.
Tuscania?
Tuscania? Wait a sec.
It sunk, I know, and that they said the captain was dead, but I swear I saw him in the bank.
I mean, he said he was always real safe.
Well, I know you hang out at the docks all the time.
You know the captain?
I haven't seen him in a while.
Captain Kamal?
Yeah, I mean, he died in the boat.
No,
I mean, it's a
I
bummer.
saw
I mean,
him.
he said he wouldn't throw down with us anyways anymore.
You know, Shocky, I think you look a lot like Captain Kamal.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think if you
If I spruce up a bit?
if you spruce up a bit, maybe we
Yes.
can pad your stomach
Yes.
a bit.
Oh, I think, yeah, I could do that. Put on some blocks, get a little taller.
Yeah,
Well,
this guy here, he doesn't look a dang thing like.
Yeah, I'm a captain of a boat. See, I can do his accent and everything. I'm a captain of Abhead. What was his name?
It's okay.
maybe don't
It's
talk so much.
It's so uncanny.
Just like him. I learned it. on the streets.
We need to come up with a plan, but this is the beginning. Perhaps over drinks. This used to be the folks' garden, after all.
Oh yeah. Here, let me. I'll finish packing up, and I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, don't let the Presbyterians see this. And I have my jar of Applejack that I unscrew and pass it over to you, Sir Tippis.
Oh, I take it from you.
All right. We're drinking. Are you heading out?
I'm packing up
packing
still.
Oh, good. Okay.
I think I'm busy packing, and the two of you
Are drinking?
are drinking together.
Yeah, and I sort of
And
look
we
at you.
eat a piece of spaghetti off a plate, and as we eat it,
I turn around and I'm like, "Oh, you guys, that's so cute. You're eating the same spaghetti by accident."
yeah.
And Hank just takes a big swig of the Applejack. Ooh, try
Whoa,
and
hey.
cover.
You know,
sort of
slow down there,
embarrassment.
cowboy.
And he sort of whispers, "This is not what you said before,"
Oh.
and smiles at you, a genuine smile. But then he sort of, his eyes go over to Lizzie, and his smile doesn't fade, but sort of changes, softens, as he says, "She is a good woman, and I am not doing right by her."
She's all right. She's a good second in command.
Hank totally thinks that you mean you're talking about him, like she's second in command to him, not to you, as the case may be. And he's like, yes, she is wild, but intelligent and brave, and she is loyal.
Yeah. You got to get some kids in her, though.
Yes.
Got to get on that, man.
I
And
will.
Shocky, you slap his ass, and that noise makes me turn around, and I look at the two of you.
Yeah, it's all you.
It's going to go negatively for you.
Okay.
How does that play out?
You see her eyes widen and squint, and she turns around abruptly, drops the boxes, and walks out.
All right.
With that, we've actually reached the end of Act 1. So
Yes.
now we're going to go to the tilt.
Yeah.
We've determined our tilt at the end of Act 1. We have innocence, love rears its ugly head, and a failure. You thought it was taken care of, but it wasn't. We interrupt our story here and we'll resume in our next communique. I was one of your players, John Holt. You can find me on Twitter at Lord Joho, and you can find me on Snapchat at NotDeadJohn. Ken, where can people find you?
You can find me, Ken Breeze, online at Berlingsbeard, Berlings Beard. I'm on Twitter and I have my own blog.
All right. And Lisa, it's awesome. Thank you for coming out and playing
Hey,
with us.
Lisa.
Yay.
I hope you're having a good time because we're having a good time with you. Where can people find you?
Okay, people can find me at LISAXREINKE on Snapchat.
I'll put links to everyone's contact info on the website. You can learn more about the players and the engine in our story on boardghost.com. You can attempt to pierce the veil and contact us at BoardGhostWorld on Twitter. Shout out through the ether if you have desires we can fulfill. Leave reviews and comments on iTunes, your preferred listening portal. Please take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest episodes. You can also watch/listen to the podcast on YouTube now. I've put them up there.
Yay, YouTube.
I don't know if some people enjoy listening to things on
Definitely.
YouTube. So Board Ghost is up there, and I create playlists of all the episodes, and we also create playlists that are engine specific. So if you want to listen to just Fiasco games like this one, or listen to just Ribbon Drive games, or the other games that we get around to playing, they'll start to have their own separate playlist as well as the sort of super playlist. We'd like to thank Pat Couples for our theme song and interlude music. You can find more about Pat at patcouples.tumblr.com or on his band's webpage, hotelsandhighways.com. If you're not alone in the void, share our stories. The more they are consumed, the truer they become.
If living is a highway, then heaven is a bus stop. Been waiting for a minute there.